Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palettes. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is John McTavish from the Bastani Studio. How you doing, John?
Good, man. I'm glad we got rid of the other two guys. Now we can just, focus on, a special cigar, leave the other guys out of it, just get unfiltered opinions. It'll be great.
Yeah, I think the cigar is too strong for those two guys anyway, so it's
Yeah,
probably
they can't
for the
handle it.
best.
It's too
Yeah.
much. It's too much.
All right. So speaking of, we are talking about the Black Label Trading Company Bishop's Blend 2024 Robusto. I don't understand a lot that's going on with this cigar. This is not a Robusto of any kind of sort. Um, it said Robusto on the label that was on the attached to the cello. But clearly you can see by the head it's got a tapered head. I think the cigar was listed as a 5 by 50, but it's actually like 5 and 3/8 by 48. Or it's five, if it was 5 by 48, something like that. It's longer than it said it was. The head doesn't match up with the Robusto, so a lot
Hmm.
of stuff going on here. It comes out of the Fabrica Oveja Negra factory in Nicaragua. Wrapper is Ecuadorian Habano Maduro. Binder is Ecuadorian Habano. Filler is from Nicaragua, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania broadleaf. Blended by James Brown. Price point is $12, and the cigar was released in July of 2024. So with all that out of the way, John, what was your overall experience like with the cigar?
First third for me started out with a lot of sort of uh, darker flavor profile notes. So some sort of restrained or muted musty wood, earth, tobacco, and then some intensified tobacco sweetness and spices in the retrohale as it kind of settled in, which is par for the course, I think, for a lot of Bishop's blends. Kind of a dark espresso note developing on the retrohale, which is quite pleasant. I really enjoyed it, and then. What I would call a restrained peppercorn. So like a very clear peppercorn flavor, but not killing my palate.
Hmm.
And then cream and sweet tobacco with sort of offsetting that pepper in the bottom half. So nice start to it. Second, third kind of started similar ish. Creamy, musty tobacco, a little bit of spices, a little bit of pepper on the finish. And then the cream sort of intensified, and weirdly, I think kind of threw the balance off for me in the second, third. It had a great mouthfeel to it, but I think it just lost a little bit of the complexity with the espresso falling off and some of those other notes. Earthiness stepped up at medium strength in the bottom half. And then last third again, more creamy tobacco, sweet tobacco on and wood on the retro, and then sort of a maltiness to that tobacco on the profile. Bottom half, the earth kind of took over both the profile and the finish. Burn was excellent, draw was excellent. I'd say overall above average flavor profile with perfect construction is where I'd put this. What about you?
Yeah, for me, the cigar shot with toasted oak, earth, and crushed red pepper. Crushed red pepper mellowed as the third went along. Second, third saw the crushed red pepper transition to black pepper and then picked up a bit. Some light creaminess also joined in a bit later. Final third saw the earth increase a bit. Um, the cigar had a pretty nice start. That crushed red pepper provided a really nice combination with the toasted oak and the earth. But as it mellowed and kind of transitioned to black pepper in the second third, the profile took a step down and kind of remained that way the rest of the way. I just wish that crushed red pepper note had kind of remained and stayed at a higher intensity. But overall, I'm not really sure I'd come back to the cigar. It had a pretty snug draw, and made some extra cuts to
Oh,
it. Didn't really help, and I got a little bit of tar buildup for a little bit, but that kind of went away, and it didn't like keep generating any of that. So, thankfully that didn't continue on. But yeah, I don't know if the snug draw might have constricted that a little bit, and I might have had a better experience going on. But the first start was pretty nice. All right, let's get into the scores. We're going to start at the top with John at 6.1. I gave it a 5.8. So, John, how'd that 6.1 match up for you?
yeah, it's kind of where I figured it would land. Perfect construction, above average flavor. As I said often enough, 6.1's not going to do it for me to come back. I really needed to be in the 6.3, and Black Label's got just so many good cigars. It's very easy for me to reach for a Morphine or a Killer Bee or one of the. I've got so many boxes of all the Bishop's Blend. I'd certainly reach for one of those for sure.
Yeah, my 5.8 matches up well. You and I are pretty much right on with the flavor.
It's
I just had a little bit of
construction.
the draw issue that kind of knocked me down a little bit further than you, but yeah, just not enough to make me want to come back to it. Um, Maybe a different Vitola.
Yeah.
This out of what was released for this batch for 2024. Yeah, otherwise I really was really digging that first third. That crushed red pepper
Hmm.
spot was nice. It was playing nicely with the other flavors. So just if that could have gone on longer, be talking about a different experience. Any other final thoughts from you on this?
Well, so I smoked through the 2016 and 2018, I think it was, Bishop's blends recently for a birthday celebration. And even after all this time, they're like hella strong.
Yeah,
And by strong, I mean both nicotine and flavor profile. They're
right.
just very full
Yeah.
bodied. You got to kind of be careful because they can kind of sneak up on you. But I was just reminded of like, this is what like you can have a fully strong cigar that matches it with flavor. It doesn't just kill you. This kind of seemed like it might have been going in the same direction, but like I said, it just kind of, unfortunately, when it got in that second third, it just kind of seemed to lose steam. So, we're going to start all over 2025. I can't remember when the release date is for the Bishop's Blend. I think it's pretty early in the year.
This was July, so kind of right
Yeah,
in the
okay,
dead
so
in the
midway.
middle. So yeah.
So, I mean, I'll be interested in trying the 2025 release and see if he makes any adjustments either to the Vitola or blend,
Yep.
because it's kind of a fun project.
Yep. Super Deluxe is back for 2025, so that'll add in there.
Oh,
So
girl,
yeah,
that is such good cigar.
yeah,
I mean, at this point, it's just like it's almost an oddity to pick up a black label that isn't a bang. Like I know that
yeah.
sounds like a fanboy thing, but honestly, he's got like 4-1 or 5-1 bangers to not bangers. So like,
Mm,
you know, they can't all be bangers, and yet many of them are bangers.
yep,
So looking forward to that super deluxe.
yep.
That'll be nice.
All right, wherever you catch this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and check out the full written review on the website, developingpalace.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts. So iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Bishop Blend.